Hi, darling.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
The season change has punched us like a pack of bricks, to use a Julia-Ruthism.
Gut punch. Oh, what a Julia-Ruthism, because it's like multiple synonyms? That's
Idioms.
Right. Idioms in one fell swoop.
It's crazy. It's
Unbelievable amount of
crazy. What do you mean
idioms that girl
suddenly
uses.
suddenly it's dark at 5:30? Oh, we're talking about two different
sorry,
things.
I can't even go into it that much.
Don't even think about it.
No.
You're better in denial.
Exactly. So it's the retreat?
Yeah. Do we usually have a dinner party on location at the retreat?
I don't know.
I don't know if we've had that before.
I don't recognise that as a thing. I recognise the girls' night a la Domenica.
Oh,
and the glass.
nothing can ever beat it.
Nothing will ever beat that, I tell you. But it was also really bad. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't seen them set up a dinner party in there before. And it kind of looked like I was trying to work out if the experts were there as well, because they looked like they had a different environment watching them. And I was like, have they made the set look like they're there with them, or are they also on location?
That's interesting, because that would imply they're like coming around and producing. I mean, obviously we know sometimes they go and do tasks with them in their flats, but
yeah, I always presume they don't
follow them around,
and they just watch an edited version of the dinner party.
I wonder.
Very interesting. Oh my god, fuck trying to film an episode of that dinner party. It must be hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
Oh
like
my
being
god,
crew. I'd hate it. It would be so long and boring, and I would have no attention on me.
that is crazy. And trying to do the sound on Julia-Ruth's recordings must be really difficult.
Yes.
Trying to level her out.
Yes.
It was a lot even to watch this week.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long for Divani to unravel, even though he already knew, he kind of had already been told by everyone that he was being played for a fool the week before, and still chose to stay. But then he was barely at the retreat for a couple of hours before he disappeared. But was it because they said it was like all the boys kind of,
It wasn't
on the
even all the
boys'
boys. It was
night,
like Leigh and Leah and Bailey. But yeah, sorry, what was happening?
Oh, was
on the boys'
it?
night? Yeah.
they told him that she'd been flirting with Stephen.
I think it was the others, Leah and Bailey, saying it before. That seemed to be new information to him, but I don't remember it. He like changed in that moment, I think.
I was surprised that he could suddenly be like, oh yeah, that's the thing that's going to make me change my mind, when he seemed so kind of blind to it before.
Really weird.
But
Yeah.
I guess a change of environment, like maybe it literally was like being out of the bubble of their apartment full of secrets. And I'm glad that he did, obviously. I'm glad that he saw the light.
Yeah, he deserves to defend himself and, demand respect, but he does do it in a bit of a irritating way.
A tiny bit.
I'm like, well, why are you suddenly so fuming when you were just like a pushover for ages and ages?
That's the thing. It's he
seems easily persuaded, is my point. Well, he wasn't easily persuaded by the group for ages because he was so in with Julia-Ruth, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he echoes back what people say to him a lot, doesn't he? So for ages he was just like defending the relationship, and then suddenly there was enough sway from the rest of the group that he was suddenly parroting back what they said, but it didn't feel like there was a very strong centre in the middle of it all where his own convictions were coming from.
Yes.
It made me
seem to have an opinion or something.
Yeah, it made me feel bad for him, because I think he's a lot more vulnerable than like the kind of bluster. He has a lot of like mannerisms and bluster that make him, that is trying to be like, I'm just really chill but
Bravado.
also really strong, and I think he needs to drop those a little bit.
Yeah.
And he needed to, I think like we said last time, he needed to say like that he was hurt by certain things in a more vulnerable way. But I can also see why you would learn not to if you were with Julia-Ruth, because she's an
the
absolute
most mental,
nightmare to have an argument with.
Talking in these episodes, I've never seen anything like it.
I can't believe she said, I don't have a voice and I haven't had a voice this whole time.
No one ever lets me say what I need to say. I'm like, girl, all you did was say nonsense, gobbledygook, while everyone was trying to get a word in. You just kept going on and on and on about nothing to try and get a word in. And like that argument that she had with Devani was mental, when she then just went, well, I've done my best. It's all on camera. So I was like, yeah, it's all on camera. And you don't look good, honey.
Yeah, my love, it's all on camera. You should worry about that.
But then I'm also like, how edited is she?
I'm sure they've like picked only the worst parts.
Yeah, but the worst parts aren't great.
No. And primarily, how can she be fancying Stephen?
That is...
Are you laughing at me saying primarily?
Yep.
I don't know where that came from. Oh, I'm turning into my dad so much.
You are turning into your dad so much.
How can that be in someone's genes to just randomly say words in a different accent that you haven't said before?
No.
I'm cursed.
It has to be beautiful.
I just saw your look. Primarily. Anyway, primarily?
Yeah.
Primarily. English is weird. Why do you suddenly say something with an AR, like an air?
Stop trying to make an excuse.
It is weird.
It is weird.
Anyway, first and foremostly, the fact that that she fancies Stephen is alarming for her personality.
What are you talking about?
How can you... Sorry,
is it
this
literally
is very rude,
that
but
Nelly's insecure, so she knows that she can turn his head? Is that literally what it is?
It just makes me think they must have had some behind the scenes for flirtation. Maybe we'll find out. It can't just be from observing him on the couch, because he's so awful to Nelly.
I think they have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Opportunity to do that. Yeah.
I think they've given each other the signal that they like each other. I don't know. It's bizarre, and it just wouldn't seem like he would fit with her wants and personal. Like, she wants someone who's the life of the party.
That ain't him, babe.
No, and also she wants to have her voice heard. That's not going to be happening with him.
No.
Anyway,
it's weird. I don't understand. And if it's I think the problem that we've got is that it's based on looks alone, and we don't see it.
Well,
that's the point you're getting to.
That was what I was going to say, and then I stopped myself.
Sorry,
but
I said it.
How much can
height do? That's it.
Oh,
I don't get it.
I do feel bad for Nelly. Also, even though she winds me up as well.
Yeah,
I just can't believe they're stop fighting over him. It's just giving him a big head. These two women should not be fighting over this man.
Yeah, and also Julia-Ruth was quite mean to Nelly. Like, I kind of am like, on one hand, Nelly's taking it a bit too far, because her boyfriend's kind of like not even interested, allegedly. But at the same time, she was like, it's just because you're insecure, blah, blah, blah. Julia-Ruth saying that to Nelly, I'm like, that's a bit far.
I think so.
And like, why are you being so mean to someone who's who's insecure? Like, she's already insecure.
It was
She doesn't
scary.
need you to be mean.
Mel said something like, or maybe it was Charlene, this is a clear attempt to dominate and show a display of power over Nelly. Like, I think that is very true.
Yeah.
That she kind of knew she was doing something mean, but also just knew that she would kind of come out of it unscathed, because she's like, she thinks she's of some kind of higher status than that. Like, she thinks it's like so obvious that she could win in the fight.
Yeah.
That she's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to do it anyway. I don't know.
It's a bit nasty.
It is nasty.
But there's something going on with Julia-Ruth. I don't know.
Yeah. It's bizarre. And then the way she's sort of like, Juicy Rue's back. Or like, she's suddenly kind of happy after having these horrible arguments for hours.
And she's admitted that she was being absolutely awful.
Yeah, and then she admits that she fancies Stephen and she would want something to happen, but then she's like furious when Nelly complains about her going after her man. It's like, well, you said it to her face.
Yeah, it's very odd.
contradictory. And Stephen wasn't like terrible with the situation, but also wasn't great.
Yeah, I think when he defended it, when he spoke up at the dinner party, I did not see that as him defending Julia-Ruth and not defending Nelly. And I didn't even realise that's how everyone was trying to spin it until after the fact. I just kind of saw it as he's like sick of everyone arguing, feels uncomfortable, and everyone is piping in. So he was like, I think he was saying that Nelly was being truly affected by Julia-Ruth's behaviour, therefore she can say something.
I see what you mean.
That's kind of how I read it, but I don't want to give him too much credit, but I think he was just trying to make Julia-Ruth have less heat on her.
When I initially heard it, when he said only people who've been directly affected should pipe up, everyone else pipe down, it did jingle my alarm bells a little bit, because the fact that even though I think it's very true what you said, he could just as well be trying to diffuse the situation for Nelly as well. It's just the fact that he had a kind of impulse to quell things when it was Julia-Ruth at the centre rather than when it was Nelly at the centre. Like, Julia-Ruth was fighting with various people in the room and he had an impulse to quell, which seemed to me like a bit of an impulse to defend her.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything when Nelly was speaking up. And the nicest thing he said in the whole week was when he was talking to camera, and he said that, he might have been talking to Bailey. Nelly's been talking about how Julia-Ruth's a 10-10, but Nelly's a 10-10 as well. But he never said that to her. And
I thought he said that he did, but
I don't think so. And that would have been like, I mean, maybe he did and we didn't see it. But
why does he struggle so much to just tell her nice things? Like,
yeah, because I understand it's a really awkward situation to be like, sorry you fancy me, but shut up because you're a bitch. Like, it feels bad if you know someone fancies you and that's the cause of the drama. It feels like awkward. I can see how he would feel awkward. But when Charlene,
in this situation
many times.
Yeah, of course.
When Charlene said, she put it in just like a really simple way, and she was like, he just needs to say you're a very beautiful lady, but I'm committed to my wife and I love my wife. Well, not that part.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, you can acknowledge she's very beautiful, so is Nelly. The end.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. And he just didn't do it.
And then didn't the experts say that like it was a problem that he was saying Julia-Ruth was a 10-10 and Nelly was a 10-10? They were kind of implying, I thought they were kind of saying that's a bad thing. You shouldn't say that they're both 10 out of 10. Because
I don't know, but
like affirms how Nelly was feeling or something.
I don't remember them saying that, but I guess there is an element of like, you know, you can say, yes, of course, objectively, she's very pretty, but she's not my type. You're my type. Like,
yeah.
It's more like
everyone in this show has weird attachments to their type, as if it's like they're talking to God himself.
Yeah.
Being like, I swear you're my type, or I swear you're not my type. It's like, why?
Yeah,
why are you so loyal to your type? That's just a pretend thing.
I've never known anyone talk about types so much. No one I know talks about types. It's weird. But like Leigh and Leah as well. Is that what you were thinking?
I wasn't thinking about I was thinking about just everyone on the show. It's always funny about types.
Yeah.
Rebecca, like everyone's as if someone's holding a knife to them.
Yeah, as if the Lord is going to come down and say,
no, that is not your type.
You have lied.
Yeah, like why do you care?
Yeah,
no one's going to know.
Say you're my type of person.
But
lie.
I know that Stephen. I feel like Stephen would be too scared to say whether Nelly is his type or not, for fear of how it'll be interpreted by her. But then also because of this weird omnipresent
type lord,
that seems to be smiting them if they lie.
Yeah, well, also he's just acting like, don't worry, I'm so loyal to you as long as the 8 days left that we have in this experiment. Like, he's just so obviously counting down and doesn't want to give any real life affirmation to her, because as we see at the commitment ceremony, he says, stay in brackets for now. So charming.
So charming.
So charming. And
I think he meant it I'm not saying it's good. I think he genuinely thought that was a nice thing, which is insane.
Well, I don't know, you were right about Joe, so you're probably right about this, but I'm just like, very convenient that Julia-Ruth's just left.
Yeah.
You're now paving the way for you to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not so sure about it.
It's so funny that Julia-Ruth couldn't stay to partner swap week. But yeah, such a silly thing.
But you think he's like, I can't give long-term commitment, but I'm in it. I'm still in it.
Yeah, I think he thinks he is.
I just think he keeps dropping like, next week's when we're really going to have to decide. And so he's like, I know I want to say no next week.
I mean, I'm not surprised if he wants to say no. I don't know if it's for Julia-Ruth, but who knows?
Yeah, even without the Julia-Ruth element, it was not looking good, was it?
No. Do you want to talk about Maeve and Joe?
Yeah.
So
poor old Maeve.
Poor Maeve. She's been doing so well. Everyone's very proud of her.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for her that she's had to go through this.
Me too. And she should be proud because she had some fiery moments, but like overall, it seemed like she was maybe picked to be like a drama starter and she didn't act in that way. Like she was very vulnerable and
didn't fall into that Geordie category.
Exactly.
That they love to cast
fall into the Geordie trap. And she had every reason to as well. Like obviously,
absolutely.
But the whole time she was still empathetic to Joe being absent because of his granddad dying, which shows that she was a nice person. Like she was kind of holding that in her mind, but also able to say, but this isn't like, if they were living together in the real world, like she's got a kid, your partner's not just going to disappear off for
that is dodgy
2 months because you're grieving. Like,
and she did say like some good points of being like, I get that you need space, but also as your partner are meant to help you through it, and she couldn't do that and she just had no communication. And then he had the fucking audacity to come in and say that there's issue with the communication. Yes, because you fucked off, mate.
That was not on, was it?
Not on at all.
That was not on.
I was so right about him. He came in saying, we came here with every intention to make it work. No, you didn't, because you left within 5 minutes of being there.
Yeah, he wanted to be able to slot back into the situation without having to explain himself.
Yes, exactly. Why would you be able to do that?
Yeah. And why would you want to be with someone who is just like, okay, and doesn't like have any thoughts for themselves?
Which is exactly what we kind of said, I think, last week. I imagine we've definitely said to each other, is that he just wants someone without many opinions or thoughts or feelings and just kind of goes along with things, because when she was at her most kind of placid, he suddenly loved her.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I understand falling in love and then something happening, or, you know, a slow realization of lots of factors. But I feel like at the start, when you're in love, it's coming up in your head all the time, and then it accidentally comes out your mouth, and then you're in the love zone, and you're not just like pop into that for a day and then you've left again.
I think he's got issues.
Why would you say it in the first place? You didn't have to.
No, and I feel so bad for Maeve. It's so not fair.
Yeah, it's awful. And coming back and saying, well, the worst way was the way he phrased it. Like, well, we're not madly in love, obviously, are we? Like, as if it's
and
so.
She's like, what?
Yeah,
I thought we were.
I don't want to use gaslighty because that's overused.
But it sounds gaslighty.
Kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
To make her think that the way she's feeling is mad when he told her that he was in love. Like,
yeah, and they would have said it like multiple times between then and now. And it would have meant
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I loved you, but not really enough because you're not like that good.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's heartbreaking.
So heartbreaking.
And I think Bailey, when he came in to talk to Joe, I think Bailey feels a responsibility to understand what's going on, but also like he jumped on the love train in the same week, and I think he was copying Joe to an extent because it was so random and like weird to do it on the same day. Like I just kind of like, I think you're just copying what Joe's doing.
True.
And I think he might now feel a bit insecure about the fact that he said I love you to Becca, who hasn't said it back, and then now Joe and Maeve have crumbled.
Yeah, because that's a good point, because it's also, I was thinking of how unusual it is to have one person in the couple saying I love you for weeks and the other person not. Listeners, if you have had this situation and you've been either party,
Yeah.
let us know, because I just imagine that would be very rare. I think it usually just happens both of you at once, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I kind of believe Becca's resistance to doing it.
She's also just playing like a perfect game. I think she kind of knows how to hold everything together.
Yeah.
Including like keeping him on a string, because she's like, I'm withholding that one thing, even though she seems like she is.
Yeah.
They seem like they like each other as much as each other.
Yeah.
But no, that is a good point, because it got weirdly heated between Bailey and Joe, even though nothing heated was really said.
Yeah.
And
so I think Bailey felt maybe betrayed, because he was like, but I believed your love for Maeve. And that's what I based my love for my partner on.
So maybe mine could be just as bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think it is bullshit. I think Bailey and Becca seem legit. But I just think he might be panicking a little bit.
Yeah. I really like Bailey, and I think the show is very lucky that Bailey is on this season, because he's doing most of the producing for them.
Yeah.
But I also... that moment made me question, because he'd so obviously been sent in by the producers, like to do their bidding, to go and get him.
Didn't work. I didn't see that, but obviously, yeah.
Yeah, it felt a bit like that. Like, obviously, if you were on the show and you all have to go through the commitment ceremonies every week, you'd get annoyed if someone was just like, well, I'm not doing that. You'd be like, well, we all have to do that. But also, even though Joe was a dick, he was right in saying like, it's not good for me to go back into this process. Like, he was probably completely right about that. Going back to that dinner party wouldn't have healed anything. They just wanted more drama out of him.
Yeah.
But he should have had a face-to-face conversation with Maeve and done it a lot earlier. But just the fact that Bailey, I usually think Bailey has really good instincts, but in that moment I was like, oh, you're just kind of doing what the show wants to happen.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit
of a suck up.
Strange. Yeah. Little bit of a suck up. I guess he's a bit of a drama queen, which makes, like, he likes the drama, which makes him fun. But I don't know.
Interesting.
It puts a shadow on the trustworthiness. Shall we talk about the, like, April and Ashley situation?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, I'm just, Grace and Ashley, I like really want it to happen, but I'm so sick of them arguing that I'm just like, guys, give it up.
I know. It's just the same over and over again. And
like, the experts every week are telling them how to not do that, and they just still continue to do it.
Yeah, and the experts give them really good advice, and they sometimes seem like they've had a really productive therapy session, but it's like they literally need a third party there all the time to mediate.
They need a chaperone constantly.
Yeah, like, you need, they're gonna have to like study to understand each other. Like, you can't just go home and be like, okay, we'll just both drop our defences.
I was gonna say, they need couples therapy. That's what it is. They're already getting that, and they're still can't fucking do it
every day.
They need it constantly. Yeah, need it in between every discussion. And it's funny how she's like, this is by far the worst week we've had. I'm like, you were like really into each other like for ages, and then just suddenly you've had one argument. Like, yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, because she was like, I was wanting to have a perfect week. I was wanting to have a happy week with no arguments.
Yeah.
And then something happened that made her have to have an argument with him. And then she revealed that she'd just been like not reacting to things the whole week to make it peaceful, which then I can see how she felt like, oh, I had to not be myself, and how he felt like, oh, you were just lying to me the whole time.
Yeah, both feelings are valid.
Both are valid, but also I feel like there were other aspects that must have been real throughout the week that now it's been kind of put under this cloud of like, oh, it was all pretend. Like,
there's no like, based on how many arguments they fucking had, I don't believe that she squashed that much.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I don't know. But the April element is interesting because, as Mel said, like, the fact that there's jealousy is showing that there's real feelings, which is true.
And I can see how you would get jealous and frustrated because as Grace, because she's really fucking difficult, as is he. I think they're both really difficult. And so like if there's this one husky girl that makes a cock joke that's probably easy to just make a laugh with, like you'd be really frustrated as Grace because you could see how easy it would be for Ashley to just get out of the situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like even
he could make a relationship much easier.
Yes, even though I think it seems like April is also a feminist, and
yeah,
it's always like, you know, when people are looking at other people, it's like, you know, they see them in this fantasy realm. I imagine April would also push back against quite a lot of things that Ashley would say. The reason I think she's a feminist is because I think the way her and Grace resolved the conflict was giving feminism a very good name.
Yes, you're right. That was really cool
because they were really respectful of each other.
To blame.
Oh
April.
No, I didn't think you were, but I can see exactly what you mean. But I just think in reality it wouldn't be like that.
I think I was thinking from Ashley's perspective. I could see how Grace could see through Ashley's eyes how much easier it would be to be with April.
Because her whole thing is like, I'm really laid back and confident.
Yeah. But she's not, because she's making a lot of fuss.
Yeah. But yeah,
in a right way. I think she deserves to make a fuss because her husband that she's been matched with doesn't have any brain cells.
Nothing going on.
Yeah, so make a fuss, my love. Go away. Go away. Go away. Like, pop off. Pop your fucking pussy off because you're boring. Did you say that to? Who did you say that to? Bailey?
I mean,
Can we just comment on that quickly? What the hell? Which she said,
pop your pussy back.
Up. Pop your pussy up.
Pull your pussy up.
Pull your pussy up because you're boring. To Bailey?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
No, well, I think it's, you know, it's meant to be like a fabulous, you know, reimagining of pull your socks up.
Pull your pussy up. Juicy Roo. Okay, anyway.
Oh, but yeah, I just really liked the way that Grace and April resolved the situation. And April, it would have been very challenging hearing yourself be talked about in that situation, and she didn't react at all, and she said, I'm really sorry that I made you uncomfortable, and Grace said it's nothing to do with you, and that was really nice. Ashley, again, he just puts his foot in it. I understand he'd be like, well, I spoke to April and I squashed it, but I did understand Grace in that moment, because the whole thing is you don't want them to be having some kind of secret forbidden tryst. And
because I think I sympathised with Ashley in that moment, because I mean, for the most part, he's just such a victim, big baby, constantly, and it's really annoying. And I feel like he's like, it's my character, whereas Grace is actually hurt about things that could actually affect her more, I don't know.
Yeah.
And whereas his is like, his pride has been hurt again. Wow. But I do understand that I guess he was just like, I have to tell you, like, to April, we probably shouldn't talk anymore because it's hurting Grace. And I can see why he did that. But yeah, it's so frustrating to Grace because she's like, I didn't tell you to do that. And I said I want to resolve the issue together. Yeah.
Exactly. And if there's an affair, if there is an affair brewing, then that's going to be the quickest way to shortcut it.
By saying we can't see each other.
By saying, we can't, my partner doesn't like us talking to each other. Like, that is just going to stir up all sorts of shit.
I wonder who they're going to get for partner swap week.
They didn't put them together, I noticed, in the previews. And I don't think that they are going to have an affair. But I'm just saying, in Grace's eyes, if that was a Stephen and Julia-Ruth situation, that would not be good. April got put with Stephen.
Oh.
And looks like Nelly's going to be pissed off about that in the preview.
God.
Which is probably have already come out.
There was the pictures, wasn't there?
Yeah.
What is it? When is Stephen a sex god?
I don't know. What's that about? He does seem a bit like a footballer, though. Make of that what you will, listeners. Abby and John, quickly, because
what is going on with them? I think anyone that they would have gotten, they would have been feeling this way about.
Who? What do you mean?
Anyone they would have gotten in the marriage.
Either one of them.
Whoever they got, they would be feeling this way about.
Well, yes, but Abby has never been in love and still isn't in love. And so if anyone's going to bolt, it will be her. Because I really did agree with Paul. It is weird to be talking about your future children before you're in love.
That's something you do when you're in like primary school.
Yeah.
When you have a boyfriend and you're like, we're gonna have baby. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but you're not, because you're children and you're not. Yeah.
It's way like, how can you be thinking about that if, I don't know, it's weird. And I just had a little hint of worry for him in that moment of like, she might just be like, no, it didn't happen actually this time. Didn't fall in love.
Bye.
But she probably will. I mean, they seem very loved up. It seems to work for them.
But yeah, it is weird to talk about kids before you're in love.
Really weird.
You have to get to know each other first.
And I imagine he's like, oh, she'll love this because women love this, don't they? But then I was just like, maybe she actually doesn't, because she's never got to that point, and maybe there's a reason why. I don't know. She's not just gonna be like, oh my god, someone wants to have babies with me.
But also she's on the show because she wants to have babies, I think. Eventually.
Yeah.
But guys, one step at a time.
Just take it easy, guys.
Yeah.
Leigh and Leah are indeed taking it easy. And it seems steady, sexy. And it seems to be working for them, which I've never seen on the show before. Everyone's always banging on about, we want to work on the friendship first and then build on the relationship. And I'm like, can you think of any couples where that's actually happened?
I don't even think they worked on a friendship.
That's true.
They're not really friends.
Maybe that's the key. Maybe they just had a like sexual tension, hatred for a couple of weeks and then started being nice and flirtatious to each other.
I also don't like this whole discussion of their sex life. It feels rude. And also them saying, we haven't done the whole hog. I'm like, what does the whole hog mean then? Why are you making everyone think about all of the different things that you've done? And also, are you saying that some things aren't sex because they are? It sounds like you guys have had sex unless they've just kissed. If you haven't just kissed, then you've had sex.
Yeah. If something's, If
yes.
No, but I mean, Leigh was really noticing it as she was speaking. She was like, I don't want to talk about like exactly what we've done.
Yeah.
But this, I don't know. There's always just there's funny tingly music that comes on. There's always just
silly little lesbians.
Weird, fascination around what are the lesbians doing? Exactly.
Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't press.
Yeah, it was quite funny though in the previous commitment ceremony when they said we probably would have if it wasn't the certain time of the month for both of us. No, it was
if Mother Nature hadn't come knocking or something. Oh yeah, for both of us. It was really if Mother Nature hadn't come knocking for both of us. We were like, oh.
That was very lesbian. They've synced up now, so
yeah,
that's a good sign.
They're sunk.
Yeah. Leah still kind of acts like a boy in the playground. Like Paul was trying to get them to talk about what would happen after the show, and she was like, well, I might go and see Leigh's house and think she's a scruffy cow, so
can't be with her.
And Leigh just giggled at that. I don't know what's happened to Leigh. She's very affable now all the time.
She loves it.
It's odd.
It is.
But I think there seems to be hope for them, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
Obviously the boy gays are leading the charge at the front.
They're crazy good.
They're so good.
I love them. I'm so happy. If they ever break up, I'm gonna have to have a funeral for them. Like, it's so tragic that day, that funeral for the relationship.
Yeah.
So I have to mourn the relationship is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Kia, we discovered Kia's a little rich bitch.
Yes, 6-figure salary. Okay, King.
6-figure salary, getting a 30-minute taxi ride to each other
across
in London. We were like, oh my God, are you the Queen?
Okay. 30 minutes, just a 30-minute taxi ride? No, you get the tube.
But that makes
probably be 10 minutes on the tube.
That makes me kind of trust him. Maybe that's stupid, but I'm like...
You trust men with money?
No, but I think he's not maybe trying to get famous. Well, you could still be rich but want fame, I suppose.
Yeah,
I'm
because
thinking-
you could have the money and then want the fame.
And
But
want the fame. But he's
they're
not giving that.
authentic. I think they're authentic.
I think they really both wanted a real relationship, and they were matched very well, thank God.
I was listening to the David Olashuga
Yeah.
on his podcast about where he's talking about reality TV.
Yeah.
I listened to the first episode on a walk yesterday, and back in World War Two, when someone had a job that was to like record audio messages of soldiers to send home to their loved ones. Apparently, as soon as the microphone came out, they started talking in weird sentences that didn't make sense.
What, because of self-consciousness?
Yes, and so it's just always been a thing that when people are being observed on telly, they just say weird shit.
That's so interesting.
So like, he would like hide the microphone and start to get them to talk normally.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they start talking in a different way.
I'm glad you told me that, because I have listened to this, but I think I accidentally skipped loads of the first episode, so I don't remember that at all.
Oh.
But I was thinking about a later episode where they talk about how when film was...
I'm surprised you listened to it, because I thought because you were telling me off of wanting to watch Joe Marler's YouTube interview with Jamie Lang, because you were like, I can tell if they've won or not.
Well, case in point, I did feel I got a clue from...
You know what's happened?
An early episode.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, there was a later episode when they were talking about the switch from analog to digital.
Right.
Film? No, from film to digital. That's not the same as analog.
I guess you're analog moving the film around or something with your hand.
And how you used to have to edit by hand, like physically cutting things.
Wow, yeah.
And so you had to think so carefully about how many hours you filmed, because it was so expensive. So if you were making a reality show, like there was this mad one about an American family.
Okay.
And it followed like this one family's life for a year, and it managed to capture the moment that this couple got a divorce, that the woman went to the man and told him that she wanted a divorce. I don't know why she thought to do that on camera, but it was even more amazing because they actually only filmed like a handful of hours of the family and cut it together, whereas now, because it would have been so expensive to do more, whereas now you can just film on a million cameras for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And then condense that and cut that down, which I guess is why AI, I don't know, everyone, we're so resistant, but AI will have a similar impact on reality TV, I guess, because you'll be able to do that. You won't have to pay someone to edit 1 million hours. And
God,
I know, but it's depressing, isn't it?
It is, because that person could have been getting paid for
Getting
1
a
million
job.
hours,
Yeah.
even though it's like probably horrible job.
The ultimate aim of society shouldn't be to get the best reality TV possible.
Why not?
Well,
speaking of reality TV,
yeah.
we've got Traitors episodes over on our Patreon. So if you're watching the Celebrity Traitors UK, you can sign up to our Patreon, and we've already got 3 episodes on there, as well as like literally like 100 other episodes.
Yeah, we've got loads of episodes in the back catalogue on the Patreon, talking about all sorts of TV shows, and we're releasing weekly Celebrity Traitors episodes, which we're just absolutely loving.
It's just the
doing.
best. Also, after Celebrity Traitors, the Patreon will continue, so you'll be able to get another extra episode every week. But if you just want to listen to the Celebrity Traitors and then leave, you can, and we will not mind.
No judgment.
No judgment here.
So we'll be back next week to talk about the apparently penultimate week of MAFS.
Yeah, what? Suddenly everyone's saying it's nearly the end, but no one said, welcome to the penultimate. You know what? Actually, they might have said that.
How do you think?
I wasn't watching when Mel introduced them. I think we might have been making a cup of tea or something. When Mel said, today is blah, blah, blah. They might have said the penultimate commitment ceremony, because they always say that.
They'll drag the end out for a little bit, won't they? Because they always make a whole week of the final vows and a whole week of the reunion.
So it's going to be partner swap, final commitment ceremony, final dates.
Yeah.
No. Partner swap, dinner party, final commitment ceremony, final date / final vows.
Yeah. Final date / go away for a week and don't talk to each other.
Then
/
final vows. Then reunion.
So maybe 3 weeks left.
Yeah, that's fine. Good. Thank God. Let's go. Toot toot. It's come around quicker than I thought.
It has.
Because we're used to doing 2 episodes on MAFS a week. We're kind of like, oh, what? It's nearly the end, but it's good.
Well, looking forward to finding out if Julia and Ruth and Stephen have...
Julia and Ruth and Stephen.
Julia and Ruth and Stephen have had a threesome.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.